This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Hello, welcome to us today at Stock Box. Now, joining us today is Jason Brewer, recently appointed strategic advisor at Fulcrum Metals. Jason, welcome back to Stock Box.
Hi, it's
Great
a pleasure.
to have. Great to have you with us today. Now, it's the first time that we've spoke to you since you've been strategic advisor at Fulcrum Metals. Of course, we have spoken to you before in other roles, but so talking about that, you already have multiple roles. You're a very, very busy man. What is it that's attracted you to this role at Fulcrum Metals? In fact, first of all, tell me, how did it come about?
Look, Ryan, who's the CEO there, and the rest of the board and their main broker actually approached me and wanted to know if I'd be interested in joining them and assisting them to grow their business, to get market interest in their business. And I guess they'd seen what I'd achieved with some of the other companies I'm involved with, such as Marula, Shuka and the likes. So, no, they approached me, and when I looked into the company and when I looked into the management and the people behind it, and, you get a feel. End of the day, one mining company is pretty much the same if you think about it. They're all trying to dig up stuff from the ground and so on, but it's a management team which differentiates. And so when I had that chance to talk with Ryan and Aidan, they really excited me about what they wanted to achieve. And a lot of what they wanted to achieve is similar to what I'm trying to achieve in all my other companies. So it was a meeting of the minds and similar strategies.
Yeah. And you were actually approached for the role, weren't you?
That's right. And I think as well, they realized that part of my background, my first ever job in the mining industry, first time I actually got my hands really dirty, was actually in Ontario, in northern Canada there, right up in the north of Ontario, in a location where one of their key projects is. So, I think they must have done their homework and they knew that I loved that place. So yeah, they approached me. And like I said, once you sit down and speak or listen to Ryan, you really get a feel of his ambition, of his drive and the energy there, which you love to see in a management team.
Yeah. So what was it about this that you thought, this is something different to what I'm doing now? Is there something there that made you think, this is going to challenge me?
Yeah, look, I'm always looking for challenge. I'm always looking for hard work. I think I thrive on that pressure as well. I've got a lot of commitments here in Africa. Okay, a lot of commitments throughout East and Southern Africa across the various companies I'm involved with. Fulcrum being focused in Canada and being focused in the gold sector as well, one which I'm not involved with anywhere else, really excited me. I think that jurisdiction, the North American, the Canadian jurisdiction, one which is one of the biggest gold producing regions in the world, and the gold market going the way it is, gold prices up at all-time record highs. It was not difficult for me to think, what, this would be a great experience for me. And given my experience in the mining sector, perhaps I can sit down and work with both Ryan and Aidan there and really assist them, get more traction with the company, get the value they deserve into the share price and really help drive the company forward.
Yes. And, talking about that, Fulcrum has just recently announced some news on the divestment on the uranium, and their focus is more on the gold. And as you mentioned, it's very interesting what's happening at the moment with the gold in terms of record prices, etc. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, they had both uranium assets in Saskatchewan and the gold there in Ontario. The uranium market is equally as strong at the moment as gold. But one of the key things for Fulcrum was that they had quite a significant exploration commitment on the uranium, some 3.25 million. And the transaction which they announced yesterday, the LOI they announced yesterday, was a way of divesting the uranium assets receiving 3.3 million in both cash and shares, and passing on that commitment to another Canadian incorporated listed company. That really frees up money to go into the gold business. And the gold business that Fulcrum are now driving, it's not early stage exploration, it's not grassroots exploration, it's focused on tailings. And there are, as I know from my experience in Ontario, in Timmins, in that Kirkland Lake area, one of the biggest gold producing regions in the world, there is substantial tailings resources there. And the thing which really differentiates Fulcrum is the technology partnership that they've got with Extract and with Bechtel, which is incredible. It's very environmentally safe. It ticks so many ESG credentials, and it's something that they've had some very positive meetings with the Ontario government on as well. So they really are almost a first mover. They're in a great position to kind of grow that business in Ontario and divesting the uranium, becoming a more gold-focused business. I think it's a great move. It shows as well that the management's not scared to take a profit on assets. The uranium was sitting there, done very well on them, and the return they're getting is very good, considering what it was secured for early on. So it shows that the management are nimble. They're not kind of fixated on one thing. They're flexible, and they're constantly looking to add value. So that LOI they announced, I think, was a very smart move, and really positions them now for growth in that gold business, and in particular with that gold tailings focus too.
And it strikes me in terms of the timing of what you've just mentioned, with you coming into position at the same time as strategic advisor. The timing's impeccable. But tell me more about your role at Fulcrum. Will you be the front man? Will you be involved on a daily basis, or is it going to be more in the background?
No, look, Aidan's the CEO there, and he's doing a magnificent job. And this LOI, which they've signed up now, I think is down to the hard work of both him and Aidan as well, Aidan O'Hara. So two very good, very energetic and focused executive directors there. We talk all the time. We talk a tremendous amount of time. It's good to have that flow of communication. Sometimes I need subtitles. I've got Aidan out of Ireland, and you've got Ryan out of the Midlands. So, you've got quite a mixture of accents coming through on the Zoom calls and everything. But no, look, to be serious now, it's a great dynamic there. I'm there to assist and support and kind of bring in some of my contacts, not just on the mining side, but on the markets side, to assist them to get the attention and the value into the markets that they deserve. Because their assets, in my mind, are very different from that typical junior gold explorer, which you have dime a dozen on the AIM and the London markets and so on, and in the Canadian markets in particular. So my role is to support them. I'll be doing more interviews like this, of course, because I think, you always want to see more faces to the company. You always want to understand a different perspective as well. So yeah, I'm here as that strategic advisor. It's a fancy title. I don't mind that, but it's basically just assisting them deliver on their strategies. And so far, you've seen both Ryan and Aidan put in the hard yards. Yesterday's news was a great result for them. And I see a lot more to come from the hard work they're putting in.
Yes. So we will be, of course, you have spoken to us at Stockbox, as I mentioned, in your other capacities and your other roles. So moving forward, we're likely to be speaking to you in your role at Fulcrum as well. So you will be fronting this. Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be giving my kind of insights as well. I think investors want to get different perspectives. My perspective is not necessarily the true company line per se. It's my view on what management are doing. So it's always good to almost get that third party view. And, I know, there'll be times when myself and Ryan and Aidan may disagree. I doubt it very much, but there may well be. But to date, like I say, the way they're performing, the way they're kind of delivering on their strategy has been fantastic. And I think what they did yesterday with this LOI on the uranium really sets them up for that path of growth in the gold tailings, the processing technology with Extract and Bechtel. Some great partners there, tier one partners. So, my role, like I say, I'll be gladly giving you my commentary. glad to give you my thoughts on what they're doing. But hopefully, look, for the real detail, Ryan's going to be that front man that's really going to be telling you exactly how they're delivering across a lot of the various fronts of the business.
That's great. And also, Jason, so tell us, I know that there may be things that you can't disclose right now, but in terms of what you can talk about, what can we expect in the coming months? What can we expect from you in this role?
Look, what you can expect from me in this role is being very outspoken on the successes that these guys are going to have. And I'm confident that they're going to do that. The company themselves, I can see them delivering more on the gold tailings resources up there in Ontario. As I said, from my own personal experiences of being up there in that Kirkland Lake, Timmins region, tremendous amount of resources. So I can see them securing resources, which removes all that exploration risk. You know, to be able to deliver gold ounces in this high gold price environment, yeah, I'll certainly be trumpeting some of the successes that I'm sure they'll have there. So yeah, you'll be seeing a bit of me here talking about a lot of the news flow, which I'm sure is going to flow out of Fulcrum in the coming months.
That's wonderful. Well, we look forward to speaking to you, Jason, here as Fulcrum, as the strategic advisor at Fulcrum Metals at Stockbox. So thanks very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.